takes a little bit of practice, but it's really good to be able to get people into positions where you could cook them with that hook, particularly when it gets like, particularly when there's a lot of sweat as well, and if it's like an MMA fight, people are scrambling. You see a lot of the time in the UFC, guys like half guard and these kind of entangled leg positions from top, just because it reduces the guy's ability to move, right? So keeping this leg and just cooking the guy or girl when you're here, just keeping this here, and this is a great position to strike from as well. Like what's he gonna do from here? But if I start to pass, and he's a good wrestler and he starts to underhook me, and you know he's good at getting the underhook, we're into a different world. I'd much rather be just in that position with that leg kind of stapled to the ground, and we're just on top grinding.
And with your right leg, are you walking that towards his armpit, walking it?
Yeah, you just all you're really trying to do is you're kind of like trying to do that to him, and then like maybe that as well. That's all you're really doing with the leg. But like, it's his problem. You don't have to put loads of energy into it. You don't have to make them tap. You're just wanting them to suffer way more than you are. And you want to find those tipping points where it's like they're going, ah, but like putting it all in, I don't necessarily need to put it all in. I'm cooking it. Yeah, it's not a microwave. So the next bit would be as I'm passing, I'm just going to talk about this configuration of the pyramid again. So sometimes when people have side control, all the different variations of side control, their legs can put them into problems. So I commonly see, I'll take the weight off in a little bit, but like I commonly see people with their legs like this. Now, when we did the technical stand-ups just now, I would be actually in this position with my feet together to get up. And whenever I do stuff like this, there's always a danger, particularly if the guy's bigger than me, stronger than me, younger than me, he can start trying to push me off at this angle. Yeah, you see this a lot in rolls that have gone on for a while. People get tired and they're trying to put weight on, but they're basically breaking that foundation that we did at the beginning. This is hard to get up. This is hard to get up from. And the reason like this is important is, if you can stand immediately, you're ready to generate force. If I'm like this, I'm not ready to generate force because I can't get up. If you take him away and I start trying to get up in this position, first thing I'm thinking I've got to do is I've got to get here. Now I can move. I can move around the guy. But when my feet are like this, and this is particularly good for older athletes, I think, as well, or anyone like maybe isn't like the most natural athlete, like having like not being here is gold. Because if I go here now on this, now push me off. Right? Because I have the pyramid. Or I'm here. If I'm here, my hip can't get forward. Here, I can drive. So if he pushes me, I want to move around him. I'm driving those arms up. Versus me being maybe here and doing what people do, all these big steps. When he starts pushing me, we're reasonably equal athletes. I'm having to do loads of work. But if I'm here, he pushes me, I'm thinking about repummeling because I've got base and I can move. And you know, we get in scrambles where things go wrong out of this. If he starts coming up out the back or whenever I lost things, I'm coming into leg attacks because I've got these pyramids I can move. I can't move, in my view, very well when I'm here. When I'm here. And it's like, you can just try it. Like from here, my hips can easily move forward. The more I go, now I can't move my hip as much. So we're constantly thinking about being able to move and drive. Yeah. So we're just going to take this position. You can play with, like, if you usually like doing something like this, you can play with it. Have your partner like pushing you with the elbow, big bridges, and see how much you like have to work and things. Versus I get here. Yeah, it makes you almost feel immovable by comparison. So let's just feel it for yourselves like that. Try and push them off from the back, switch it back and forth. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.